everybody, this is Mrs. Parman online. I hope that you are watching, and I miss you very much, and I hope that you guys are staying home and are keeping the quarantine and no sharing any germs around. I sent a video on Google Classroom that talk about how do we share germs through when we don't wash our hands, and how easily we spread them all over the place. Please, if you haven't watched it, watch it because it's super interesting and it's actually fun to watch it. I am going to explain you what reflexive verbs are, as you can see. So I want you to please ask me any questions through a Flipgrid. If you want to ask me a question, go ahead and submit a video, and you can show me maybe an example of what you've been doing so I can give you some feedback, and then we go from there. So first of all, as you can tell, reflexive verbs are part of our Unit 7. Right now I'm reviewing 7.1. And reflexive verbs are all those actions that we do to ourselves. For example, when I take a shower, I'm receiving the action. So I'm the subject, and I am receiving the action. If I were to wash my dog, I wash the dog. I am doing the action, but my dog is receiving the action. In that case, that would not be a reflexive verb. So make sure that you know the difference between the two of them. I am going to show you the difference in a sentence here, writing the verb. Yo lavo el plato. This is my subject, yo. This is my verb, I wash the plate. Yeah? So I am doing the action, but I am not receiving the action. So that means that this is not a reflexive verb. In this case, the verb is going to be lavar. Yeah? Now, I am going to show you an example of what would be a reflexive verb. Yo me lavo las manos. I am doing the action, but also I am receiving the action. Why? Because las manos is part of my body. So that means that I am doing the action and my hands are receiving the action. So in this case, instead of using lavar, I am going to use the reflexive verb lavarse. See? Now, do you notice that these reflexive verbs have an ending? Se. So when you see a verb with the ending se, that means that is a reflexive verb. That's how you recognize them. And that's the infinitive form. So, lavar se in one word. Or I can say dormir se. Yeah? Which is dormir, and we also add the S-E to make it reflexive. Now we know what a reflexive verb is. How do we conjugate a reflexive verb? Well, something you need to remember is that we use special pronouns. When you are conjugating a reflexive verb, you will have to use reflexive pronouns. In this case, you are going to say me, to say myself, te, yourself, se, himself, herself, yourself, and then we have nos, ourselves, os, for you, Spain, yeah, and then we have the last one, which is themselves. Even they look the same, they mean different, so watch out for that. Himself, herself, themselves, or yourselves, yeah? So you need to know that you always need to use these reflexive pronouns when you are conjugating a reflexive verb. Now, let's conjugate a reflexive verb. The infinitive form is going to be lavarse. And this means to wash oneself. See? I am going to do my table like you always do. And I am going to first drop the SE. That is the first thing I need to do. So you have the verb lavar, which you already know how to conjugate. It's an AR verb, so you're going to say lavo, lavas, lava, lavamos, laváis, and lava. Okay, but because I had the SE that went away somewhere, I need to bring it back in my reflexive pronoun. So that SE equals any reflexive pronoun based on what form I am using. For example, for the yo form, I will have to use me. Me lavo, which means I wash myself. Yeah? For the tu form, I will have to use te. Te lavas. You wash yourself. She washed herself. He washed himself. We wash ourselves. You all wash ourselves. In Spain, they wash themselves. Do you see how I'm adding my reflexive pronouns? Every time that I conjugate a verb that is reflexive, I must always add my reflexive pronoun before the conjugated verb. Okay, we know what a reflexive verb is. We know the conjugated reflexive verbs. We will need to use reflexive pronouns, me, te, se, nos, o se. Now, how do we use them in a sentence? Let's build a proficiency. I do have Elena brush her teeth. Yeah? Now, to be able to translate this sentence, you have to first know that to brush oneself, it means cepillarse. Cepillarse, right? So I am going to use this verb to be able to translate the sentence. So Elena is my subject. So Elena, now I need to conjugate cepillarse in the form for her, she, right? So Elena, my reflexive pronouns are me, te, se, nos, os, se. So Elena belongs on this section, right? So I am going to say se. I'm dropping the SE, and it happens to be spelled the same, but actually it means different, okay? So don't get confused with that section. So cepillar, drop the AR. Elena se cepilla her teeth. So in here, we are not going to use the possessive adjective su. Yeah? We actually are going to use the as a translation. Why? Well, when we use reflexive verbs, that's the rule. We don't use possessive adjectives, my, your, his. We only use the. Even when in English, you will see it as a possessive adjective, okay? In this case, Elena se cepilla los dientes. One more. I am going to use the verb, the sentence, afeitarse. And the sentence is going to be Pablo and I shave. Okay. So I am going to say our face, actually. Okay. So let's start with Pablo and I is my subject. So then I am going to conjugate afeitarse in the nosotros form. So Pablo y yo, the pronoun for the nosotros form is going to be nos. Nos. And then afeitar conjugated in the nosotros form as well. Afeitamos our face. So our face means la cara. Do you notice that I did not use nuestra? I use the. Again, because with reflexive verbs, we do not use possessive adjectives.